What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all. You get notified of all the latest content as and when it drops. So let's get into this one. So the latest sort of biggish name boxer to talk of retirement is Shakur Stevenson. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he is a guy that's shown a lot of promise. Very good amateur boxer. I think he was a silver medalist in the Olympics, and he's shown a lot of promise. A lot of people have come out and said when he started that, look, this guy is going to be the guy to sort of take over from Tank and take over from this guy. That his name's been mentioned alongside a lot of good fighters, and he's a guy that's seen as the heir apparent who's going to sort of take over. And he's had a kind of frustrating fight in his the last fight he had. It was very boring. The fans were booing him, so it wasn't a good performance. Wasn't nowhere near his best performance. The last fight that he had, and yeah, he's come out with this statement that he's done with a weak boxing game. He's going to be in the gym forever, sort of honing his skills and his craft. And he said on Twitter, which is now known as X, that yeah, I'm done with this boxing, this weak boxing. I'm going to be now helping the next generation. I'm officially retired. And for those of you that watch boxing for any amount of time, you will know that this is a very, very common trait with boxers. Boxers oftentimes retire and come back, retire and come back. We look at recent guys, recent stars in the sport, like a Tyson Fury. He's retired at least, I want to say, twice and come back twice. So, and it happens a lot. I think same with Ali, whoever you want to name in the game. Most of these fighters, I'd say at least at the very end of their careers, they tend to retire and a good time, and then they kind of ruin, like a Roy Jones Jr. He's done it as well, retired and sort of come back at an older age, and kind of they ruin their reputation sometimes. With Stevenson, he's a youngish fighter. I think he's about 27. So, yeah, he's a youngish fighter, still in the prime of his life and everything. So, I get the impression that this might be a similar thing maybe to a Teofimo Lopez, as others have noted. I think Ring IQ's blog noted that, yeah, just this is probably going to be like a Teofimo Lopez thing where, you know, the guy just, they're just frustrated about something, they come back when they get a better offer, or they sort of get what they want. And I think Stevenson, he's one of those guys. He's been after certain fights, been after Lomachenko, Haney. He's been mentioned in the same breath as Javante Tank Davis, and there's other guys out there too, but those are just three that I can think of. And none of those fights have panned out, and there's been various other names that you could throw in there. So to me personally, I think this is just a case of he's frustrated with the game of boxing. He's obviously frustrated about his last performance, and this is just a case of that for me. I think he's the allure of boxing will have him coming back sooner rather than later, at least in my opinion. I think, yeah, he's can say he's retired, and I suppose we take his word for it. He's saying it's official, but for me personally, I get the impression that at some point, you know, in the near future, he's going to get an offer and he's going to be back in the game. I think this is one of those things where it's just going to be a flash in the pan. He's upset about something, and I think once he's sort of gotten over that, or once he gets a good offer, or he gets something that he wants, then I believe he'll actually be back. I don't believe this retirement is going to be permanent. I believe his words when he says he's frustrated, but I think this is more than likely something where he's speaking like this in the heat of the moment. He's letting his emotions get the best of him, and he's letting his sort of feel. He's putting his feelings out there and putting out there what how he feels and how he sees the game. And I think when he sort of calms down and thinks about things in perspective, I think he'll come to realize that he's got a lot to offer the game. He's a major talent in the sport of boxing, so he's got a lot to contribute to the sport. So by him retiring, he will kind of be wasting his potential. I think he'll kind of be, it will be kind of, as much as he's achieved things, he's world champion in a few weight divisions and stuff. I think he hasn't really reached his apex yet. He hasn't really achieved all that he can yet. So if he does retire and if he is true to his word, I think that'll be a massive waste of potential, because I believe there's so much more that he can do. There's more weight divisions that he can perhaps conquer, go to 140 or 147, maybe in the future. I think there's a lot more that he can bring to the game and a lot more that he can do. So I think this is a kind of semi-retirement, which will be ended at some point in the near future. But let me know what you think about this. Do you believe Shakur Stevenson's retirement is genuine, that he won't be back in the ring? Or do you, like me, believe that this is something where he's probably said it in anger, he said it in the heat of the moment, and he will come back because he'll realize that he's got the potential and there's a lot more that he can bring to the game? So let me know your thoughts. Until next time, MKO Pugilism is over and out.